know, we want that to happen here. And just as Ms. Williams said, the trustees are willing to work at it. Well, the commissioners at the park, they're willing to work at it too.
Record that.
So I want to thank you for letting me have my 5 minutes. I know how to stay on top.
Okay, so you guys can see our agenda. It's very transparent, very upfront. I'd like Pat Jackson to take a minute. Look at it, this is my house. This is my house. You get up and take a minute. I want you all to see yet another face of who we are, because everything we have done in this village, this woman makes it happen. She runs up and down the streets, knows everybody, tries to know everybody here and keep us together. Once we form, I don't know what you have to do until you tell me. So once we form a forum where we can sit down and really get this thing ironed out for it to meet both needs, you know, you're gonna see Pat. So you might as well get up and let them know who you are.
Hi, I'm Pat Jackson. I lived in Hazel, Crest for 8 years. And these past couple of years, I worked on a campaign with Dr. Brown to put her back, make sure she got back in office.
Yes, that was a fight.
And learned a great lesson with that. So, you know, Hazel Crest we need to figure out how to get and engage our young people. We really do. I have a group of young professionals that I raised, okay? And they're scattered throughout the city. They're probably on some committee you all are running, I'm sure, politically and everything else. But I've always had young professionals in my life. I made sure all mine became young professionals, and those that theirs are going to become young professionals, because I'm the grandmama that's going to make them that. But we really, really need to figure out, like Dr. Brown says, let's put this agenda together. I'm really, interested in listening to what you all can give us, direct us, and help us figure out how to grab these young people. We're putting this Youth and Young Adult Commission together. And it's going to be a culmination of, we interviewed some 15-year-olds Saturday that I was just so proud to sit there with them and listen to them engage me in what they saw in this community, what they want to see happen in this community, and how they think they can help make it happen. And they're 15 years old. They were excellent. So we're looking to do, like, the 15-year-olds, we're looking to do some 20-year-olds, and, both young men and young women to make this commission happen. Because like Dr. William Bacon said, you have to see you. So when we put this commission together, our hopes will be that our youth will say, well, I can do that. I want to be up there. Because guess what? If we don't mentor them today, if I didn't mentor you, because I could be your mother, if I didn't mentor you, you wouldn't be where you are today. I'm sure your mother and father made sure you were mentored because you want a legacy. I want to make sure that I leave a legacy. And I think I want to leave a legacy for my Hazel Crest family, like I have my personal family. I want to be able to sit back and say, that is the young man I helped get in office. That's the next director. I've worked for 37 years, and my greatest pat on my back are the people that I promoted, not my title. I carried a title. That wasn't important. Importance is I can sit back now, and I have vice presidents, directors that I help make, and they call me each and every day. So that's what I want for Hazel Crest. I want to help make some directors, some vice presidents. I want to make the next mayor. Because guess what? We're done. I tell all of them, I love them to death. But you know what? Our light is not as bright as your light. And your light is not as bright as that 20-year-old light. So what we need to do is make sure their light shines and we bring them forth. Always bring someone forth. So don't always think about what you're doing for yourself. Let's bring somebody up. So that's what we want to do for our Hazel Crest family. And I think you walk into the school. I don't have to testify. I'm a living witness.
Yeah, we bring Mother Mary. You want to have a word?
Welcome to Hazel, Crest. Not really. When I was
Just come on, stand on up and say what you got.
when Jane and Billy and Pat spoke, one of the things that I thought about is that between the years, say, 1979 to 1989, is when Hazel Crest began to break through in terms of the racial demographics began to change. And that was when we came into the community. Hazel Crest is an old community. It serves our generation, but we are not serving the younger generation. And that's where the void is. And that's where we need you and the youth commission to come in. We are an old community. We have our senior center and senior activities and senior exercise and senior programs. Seniors go to the boat. We're not doing that. It's for us. We're the ones who brought our little children in and we came in and raised them up and the community became ours. But it did not become our children's, yours, your age. And that's where we need to fill this void, and that's where we need to help us out.
I think we're making our case. So it's a saying that I have amongst the young people: without us, about us is not for us. So we got to be at those tables, and that's where we are now. I listened to you speak. Only one thing I disagreed with, even though that was a historical move with Obama, if we put our minds and our energy to it, we can do it again. We just have to be a people motivated and want that as an outcome, that we can do it again. And I don't ever want to think that we cannot put another president, despite the skin color, back in the office. And if it's Obama that we choose this November, then we need to hit the ground, roll up our sleeves, and let's get busy.
It's already done.
I would just like to add something also. One of our agendas with our groups were, there were no blacks on the school board. So I don't know if you know Ron Blackstone, but we worked very hard to get Ron on the HF school board. We looked at the park districts and the various things that were around, and we didn't have any blacks, and we needed that representation. We worked hard to do that. That did happen. But the thing is, that was the agenda. That what I'm saying is, if you have an agenda and you say, this is what we need to do next, we haven't covered this yet, we work on that and it will happen. But it makes it better for all of us. It gives us an input in what's going on in our own communities. But we have to have that or we're left out. And we have to follow someone else's agenda. We want our own agenda.
Absolutely. And we're the thinkers that think the thoughts that make the things. So we're gonna make the thing happen. I want to tell Jim Thompson for coming out. We're there to him being around the energy. He has decided that he is going to do an apprenticeship with our air conditioning business, and he is going to offer young people who are underemployed, not employed, an opportunity to train into a profession that he will soon leave and leave them entrepreneurs in. And so when I can get that kind of connect just from stepping up in leadership, if I can win him, I know there's 50 more hymns, and I'm going to get out here and do it. So I just want everybody to be encouraged that I'm on a mission, and I am going somewhere, but I do need my brothers and sisters together. I'm going to close on this, letting Wendell, if you have any final words, I'd like for us to come together, pray for the president, and dismiss ourselves from this place.
Go ahead, Mr. President.
Well, as far as final words, I mean, we're committed to engaging young professionals throughout the region and our youth, and so YP is completely behind that, and so we will do everything we can to make sure we can engage our young professionals and our youth, and using models that work and not reinventing the wheel. So we're already in that. We do have some things already slated, some voter registrations at Prairie State. Hazel Crest straddles South Sub and Prairie State, so I can speak for Prairie State. And I can say, we have a new vice president of student affairs that I think you all need to make an appointment to go meet with, because he's bad, but he needs y'all help. He's coming, he's got some great ideas, and we got a lot of young people, young men in our program called Protege at Prairie State that they need to be out there. I mean, they have to come to the meeting like this.
Okay.
But they need to be out there in the streets too.
Well, you have the family connection.
So Hazel Crest being a part of my district, I can speak for that now. And as far as that apprenticeship program, I told you we can work with the college and put together and formalize an apprenticeship with the HVAC, and so they have the necessary skills they need, and reach beyond that. So, and I'm sure I echoes the same sentiments that I do. Yeah, we're in this, and we're just how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time. So that's what
We nibble. We nibble. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Can we be dismissed? Mr. Birch, since I got your last name together tonight. Okay. Let us be dismissed. Is there anybody here who's encouraged to pray for our president? I heard prayer change.